Oh, it's my Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa wrapped up into one.
Jeez.
Because there's a new Gorillaz album out, and this is the first time on Audioface we're actually doing a show where we get to talk about a Gorillaz album. Really, there was the Gorillaz like preview thing we did last week, the little bonus episode that we dropped. Hope you like that. And we also have talked about it a little bit in passing, because I've tried to get it in because I didn't honestly think that I'd ever get to talk about a Gorillaz album on this podcast. But here we are, the Now Now.
No.
It's like, what, 11 songs and 40 minutes? Which is very different from Humans.
Yeah, want me to go first, or do you want to go first for this?
I'll go first, because you often start off album reviews. I generally let you do it, and
have at it.
Fuck it, my podcast. I think this is a really good album. Really, really good. Humility seems to be the really popular song off of it, and that's how the album begins, which, I mean, apparently begins really well. I think Humility is kind of the soft on, like, peppy, on Melancholy Hill-ish kind of song off of this album. It invokes a lot of that kind of happy, poppy tone, even though, I guess on Melancholy Hill is definitely more sad.
No, hence the name.
Yeah. But Humility is very different. It shows a different tone for Gorillaz in general, because in the lore, like, Murdoch is out of the picture, is replaced by Ace from the Powerpuff Girls, which is hilarious. 2D is, like, acting more like the frontman of the group rather than, like, Murdoch pulling the strings in the idea of it. But really, this is just Damon Albarn kind of holding himself back, and, like, the production holding itself back a little bit from Humans, which was good, but was kind of all over the place.
Which was just a clusterfuck.
That's not what this is, because there are very few features on here. It's just Humility and then Hollywood featuring Snoop Dogg and Jamie Principle, which is really good.
It's a fucking good song.
It's got everything I love in a Gorillaz song, but I'll get to that in a moment. And then other songs which are just like nice synth sounding good songs. Like, it's Gorillaz bread and butter that's really in there. And so that's kind of towards the second half of the album, and technically the album's divided into two parts. The second part beginning with Lake Zurich, but it's not really too relevant to it. I listened to it, it's just like that whole piece, start to finish, and I really, really liked it. But what'd you think?
I think the first half of the album is definitely stronger than the second half. I love the first half a lot. I like the second song, Trends. That is a really, really good tune. I like it. Hollywood. Kansas is okay. I don't know. There's two songs I'm kind of iffy on, which are Kansas and Idaho, ironically states in the U.S. I don't know. I just didn't like them too much. The last song, Sokai. I don't know if that's how you say it. Suki. Suki.
Oh, Suki.
I enjoyed a lot, but that first half of the album, basically going up to Lake Zurich, because I do like Lake Zurich a lot. Magic City Fireflies are okay, but the whole album as a whole, I like a lot better than Humans. There are tracks on Humans that I like a lot more than the Now Now. Basically, if they chopped down Humans and made it more coherent like the Now Now, Humans would be probably my favorite Gorillaz album. But they just made it too crazy. The Now Now, they read the production value of it, and they chopped it down into 11 songs instead of a clusterfuck. Made it a lot more coherent. Every song on it sounds like an era. It's like Plastic Beach, Demon Days, where you hear that song, you're like, okay, that's like Plastic Beach era, that's Demon Days era. This is like, okay, that's the Now Now era. You can feel that. And stay true to their sound, push it a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Overall, good album. The second half is okay. There's a couple songs on there that felt like filler songs to me, but there were some definitely good songs. That first three, Humility, Trends, and Hollywood, were very solid.
Very end.
So the start of the album is very, very strong. And it ends strong. I like the last song a lot.
I like the last two songs. Like the last 1% and Sugai together.
Yeah, I'll give you that. 1%'s okay. And Sugai's really, really good. So full album together to finish is pretty solid.
I just like that with this album, I was reminded why I think I like bands like Gorillaz and what they really have to offer, because I keep trying to offer something really tangible to it. And what that ultimately ends up being is that the composure of these songs is a lot more complex than just like a simple 4-bar repetition on itself. Like, it has codas and it has different parts and normal constructions you have in music, but it's in a very kind of simple pop construction. That's really what works best in this. I think that some of the slower songs on this album, like Kansas, Idaho, Magic City, and Fireflies, they'll grow on me with some time, and even like in a mood, I'll be into them.
Yeah, I think so too.
But it doesn't have like the every song is pretty amazing stopping power that like Demon Days and Plastic Beach had.
Even Humans, there was a lot of tracks in there. You go, oh my god, that were solid. This album doesn't feel like it has any of those real moments, but the whole thing, top to bottom, is very, very coherent.
I think it has a lot of those moments, but it has fewer of those moments than Gorillaz albums have in the past. But I think, as far as a piece and a finished work, having less and not doing as much still is better. But there are individual songs on this that I kind of like the way Sean put it, where Humans had better songs, but more kind of randomness. And then Now has pretty good songs, but it's a little more succinct.
Yeah.
So, didn't come up with an arbitrary scale for this. Can you think of one off the top of your head super fast?
Super fast. McDonald's Happy Meals. So 5 being really shitty because you'll get diabetes and die. 1 being really good because you don't want a Happy Meal because you'd rather be vegetarian and eat like a salad.
Or like, I'm gonna add too much nuance into this, but like, yeah, let's just do Happy Meals. Just don't eat too many of them, I guess. This is, and you know what? I think this is apt because for the next review. We'll explain. But
thank you.
I think this is 2 Happy Meals, but both of them are like substituted with like apples in it. So you get like the healthy alternative to the Happy Meal, but still 2 to where it's like, I'm not sure if I want all of this.
That's me. I was going to say 2 and then substitute, instead of the burger, substitute like chicken nuggets or something like that.
Yeah.
Still, you'll die from them, but...
Maybe like a juice instead of the soda.
Yeah, exactly. You get like the little,
like
little
apple
juice box thing that they put, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
They did not pay for advertising on this show, and
no,
you can definitely tell.
Fuck them.